from KTVU Fox 2 News, Democratic voters feel energized, engaged after Biden drops out. Supporters gather at Manny's in San Francisco to reflect on the 36 hours after Biden stepped aside in the presidential race. They felt hopeful that VP Kamala Harris would give the party the best chance to beat Trump. So, do these people have an incredibly short memory? They don't realize that Kamala Harris was the worst in 2020. She came in dead last, didn't even make it to the Iowa caucus, lost to Poop Booty Juice. And that's the lady that's going to energize the party after Biden decided to step down. I mean, the chain of events was absolutely maniacal. They threw everything at him all the way up till trying to eliminate him. And then Bo Biden comes down with Rona, and then he drops out. And then we haven't seen him in a week or more than that. And people are talking about, he may or may not have had I mean, how is this actually happening? Are we in real life? Am I going to wake up from a dream any second now? But these people now believe that Camel Face, Camel Toe, is going to energize the party. Is this how stupid people are in San Francisco? But my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
It would help me a lot and it would cost you nothing. But if you wanted to help me even more and spend some money, you would buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued, on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description.
California Democratic Party officially endorsing Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee for president, just one day after President Biden.
Yeah, and why not, right? She's from California. She was the district attorney in San Francisco. She was the California Attorney General. They voted, quote unquote, voted for scumball, greaseback, bang your wife, Governor Gavin Newsom. So why not endorse another awful, terrible person they will quite literally never learn? And the political regime has done a great job at brainwashing the population to not connect the dots at all.
Dropped out of the race. KTV's Betty Yu begins our coverage after attending a gathering tonight in San Francisco. And so, Betty, how are voters feeling?
Generally, Heather, very optimistic. Tonight, I witnessed a huge shift in unity, engagement, and energy among voters of all ages who turned out for this impromptu meeting at Manny's. Many people said they feel...
This is absolutely bizarre. The borders are, remember that? Right? How the wool has been pulled over these people's eyes, and they are pretending that Kamala Harris, who slept her way to the top, which isn't even really the point. She's done incredibly corrupt things since then, which is kind of similar to Bo Biden. They're talking about, who's always age, he has dementia, all this, even though he's been corrupt for decades as well. So there's several reasons not to like these people, but they're energized and excited because they hate Trump that bad, all because of you people in the media.
A fresh jolt of optimism as they throw their support behind Vice President Kamala Harris for president.
To me, how we win, part of it is there needs to be an army of influencer, celebrity type folks who are like jumping on this bandwagon.
Oh yeah, we're going to send a bunch more influencer Hollywood type people to continue the brainwashing. Is that what you're saying?
Again, because we need to ride this momentum and this excitement, number one.
Manny Yakutiel, who owns the civic gathering space Manny's, opened the room for voters to reflect on the enthusiasm and challenges ahead for the Democratic Party after President Joe Biden's ground-shaking decision to bow out.
I was feeling really, really discouraged after the debate, and I just felt so much excitement seeing Kamala come in and seeing the fundraising numbers.
The vice president broke fundraising records, raising more than $81 million in 24 hours, according to her campaign. Precious Green was one of 44,000 people who mobilized to support Harris on a Sunday night Zoom call hosted by the group Win with Black Women.
We were able collectively to raise over $1.5 million in just a couple of hours. And that was so striking because so much of what...
Yeah, okay. $1.5 million or whatever. That all the money in the world is not going to make this Camel Toe a good candidate. It's absolutely ridiculous. You have...
I'm losing my patience.
We hear a lot of times when it comes, to women generally, but Black women specifically is...
You can't even tell us what a woman is.
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe
biologist.
the meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
This is crazy.
We go to vote, but we don't always give money.
Ann Gallagher said after the
Look, and this is, okay, so you have that weirdo black lady and that effeminate guy who set up this entire shindig, and then they bring in a whole bunch of boomers or maybe even older people who can't tell the landscape has completely changed and think this is the Democratic Party from 1986.
Gay 19 times?
Democratic shakeup, she's now committed to spending the next 3+ months volunteering to get out the vote.
I'm very happy because my 3 daughters who are in their 30s were taking it out on me that we had only 2 old men to vote for. We were going to lose. Now we have a chance. Hope is alive.
The group acknowledged that beating former President Trump, both in fundraising and in battleground states, would not be easy.
Having someone with that district attorney background, I think we need someone who brings accountability.
Now you want somebody with a district attorney background. Is that what I'm understanding? For 4 years, you guys claim that cops are all racist and we should defund them and they need to not have a job and we could do it ourselves. But now you want somebody with a district attorney background look, we all remember the clip when Tulsi Gabbard absolutely destroyed Kamala Harris.
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
and
college,
I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay.
She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
And that's only one part of the terrible things she has done. She's an absolutely awful woman who came up under Montel Williams and then Willie Brown and then became a prosecutor, and now she's running for president, and all she does is she cackles, she laughs, she's incredibly unlikable.
Why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things. I couldn't reconcile it. Now I can.
Okay, so this time.
Right? I would love to get into the shoes of somebody who sees this woman as a net positive, because I even watch clips of her on Forbes magazine and it's completely plastic. It's completely unrealistic. There is zero authenticity there. But these people who live in a false reality, I guess it makes sense to them.
There is a whole sect of the Republican Party that I think is flying in the face of the law, and we need
the Republican Party. So look, this weirdo San Francisco soy boy is going to go to bat for the Democrats and basically tell all black people that they're oppressed and all white people that they're racist if they don't support Kamala.
Someone who can enforce that.
Manny said he's raising money online to fund a bus campaign to bring volunteers to Nevada, a swing state, to help get out the vote in the final 100+ days left until Election Day. Heather?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of Bay Area support for Harris. So, Betty, curious, were any of the voters there tonight in support of other Democratic candidates for the party's presidential nominee?
There was definitely talk of that tonight. They love this idea of an open convention, but they also acknowledge that given the short window of time left, they would rather just lock down one candidate. I also got the sense, that voters there wanted to get behind a woman with Bay Area roots.
These people are absolutely despicable. And it doesn't matter. I said all the way back in 2019 that Bo Biden didn't have a chance. He didn't really. There was a black swan event that forced the health regime to blanket the country with mail-in ballots, and then Bo Biden won, most popular president ever, who was forced to quote-unquote step down and replaced with Kamala Harris, even though that shouldn't matter because you have one guy who's incompetent, to put it nicely, and his replacement who is also incompetent, to put it nicely. If you wanted to be realistic about it, you'd say they were completely evil. But that switch alone, right? That switch proves how unorganized the Democrat Party actually is. And they think that you are, of course, going to vote blue no matter who.